So, ladies and gentlemen, we're here on Iracing, a practice session at the Road of America. After a 7th last night here, we're going to go for a couple of laps around here, and we're just going to see if we can make some improvements. My quali lap was shocker last night. Oh, jeez. Oh. Anyway, quali was an absolute shocker last night, so what my ultimate plan is if I can get it down, get a qualifying lap down to a 1 minute 23, somewhere in the 1 minute 23s, I'd be much happier with my current position.
You got a slow car on the right. Car stopped ahead.
So yeah, so we last night qualified in 8. It was a 1:24.1, I think. But yeah, so the ultimate goal out here today is to try and beat that lap time. Yeah, so we'll see how we go. 5, 4, 3, 2 into the chicane. Roll it in on the brake pedal. Pick the throttle up mid-corner, keep it rolled, roll it out. Feather the throttle over the crest, although for high fuel load like I've got on at the moment, it's pretty planted. It's not planted at all. Oh shit. Oh, we saved it, it's all good. That's this lap basically barbecued, but that's alright. Back to 3rd for turn 1, tip it in. Nice and gentle on the old loud pedal. 4th gear, down to 3rd. Oh, we're not going to get it turned in, which I haven't done very well. 3rd, again. Hold 3rd for the first turn in, which I've messed up. We'll pluck 4th. 3rd on curb. Down into this corner here. Be careful on the exit. Don't want to get too much wheel spin out of here. Into 4th gear. Back to 3rd for the next corner. That's probably not very good for my engine. Oh, into 2nd. The slowest corner on the racetrack, and I've slightly cocked it up. Anyway, back to 3rd. 4th. 5th gear. And we'll pull 6th before we get to the chicane. Now, hard on the stoppers into the chicane. Back down to 2nd gear pretty quickly. A little bit of curb, roll it in, keep it flowing. 2nd, pull 3rd gear. Roll it down. Whoa, not again. Not again. Got across the line and 1:26.7, that was a shocker. Righto, let's watch it, mate, you fucking pansy. With your lesbian coloured car. Anyway, that signals that I said that. Try and get it turned in this and miss the turn-in point again. 4th gear, 3rd up onto the ripple strip. Oh, get it stopped, get it turned. Be careful on the power. The weather conditions are a bit not quite as good as the other night. Down to 3rd. The other night we had plenty of grip. This, I don't know whether or not it's just the way the weather is and the combination of my terrible driving. This track seems a lot less grippy. 3rd. Oh, I'm fed up with talking through the gears. I'll change gear when I change gear, you can see it on the screen. Yeah, it's not very stable. I've got a race fuel on, got a race setup on. Don't know why it's not very stable. Get it stopped, get it turned. Back the other way. Oh, I've had to wait too long to get on. Oh, goodness. Righto. Let's drag this thing across the start-finish line, and then we are going to find a better setup. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a race setup in the car. Oh, I'm really happy they got the speed limit then. Right, one of the quick guys is coming up behind us, so we don't really want to ruin his lap, so I might just peel it off here. Just so we don't end up fucking clobbering him. It's been a little bit close, but it's fine. Third. This is a lot more taily because it has basically... I know this is bad, but the difference between my race setup and my quali setup is the amount of fuel in the tank. Because unfortunately, you see, I'm shit. And that makes it really difficult for me to try and set a car up that I can drive. I can't drive anything quick. So, I've set this car up. We made a pretty good baseline setup. And I was going to work on it, but I think we're just going to do what we can. 6th gear. See how it feels this time. Definitely isn't pushing the front quite as much, which is a good start. It's definitely just as taily, if not a little bit more taily. Yeah, there's a lot less understeer. Okay, here we go. And there's no way in hell I'm going to beat my quickest lap around here in this session. However, we're going to try and beat my qualifying time of a 1:24.1. We're having fun. I love this game. Love iRacing. It's so good. Bit of curb, back down the gearbox, roller into the corner, get it stopped, get it turned, manage the oversteer. Pull 4th gear, we hold 4th for the rest of this straight. 3rd gear, get it stopped. Little bit of curb, be careful not to run too wide on the exit, down to 2nd gear. Tip it in, tip it in, tip it in, tip it in, tip it in. Hard on the loud pedal out of there. For the longest straight on the track. I don't even think you'd call it a straight. It's got more kinks in it than a bloody badger's dick. But that's alright. And 6th gear. Down to 2nd. Hold 2nd. Too much understeer. Pull 3rd. Be very wary, try and straighten the car up off the crest, which we've managed to do. Can we get it rolled in and still on the power? We've done it. And the time, 1:23.6. Good time, good time. Haven't really moved up the leaderboard. What I've realised is I'm not very good. Oh, goodness good. Oh, if we get this... Oh, yeah, boys. That's what I call skilled. Oh, now we're... Whoa, Jesus, I say now we're a bit mobile. Nearly died. It's alright. I doubt this will be any faster thanks to my monumental cock-up. But the good thing is, I guess you'd call it a good thing we haven't found any concrete yet.
You got about 5 laps of fuel.
Yes, thank you for telling me I have about 5 laps of fuel. I can't make it actually tell me verbally over the headset. I don't know what's going on, but we're fine. We're a little bit up. Yeah, it's 0.3 up. Can we do a modern day miracle? This is really aggravating me, ladies and gentlemen. Because I could have qualified a lot higher up the field if I had driven like this in qualifying last night. That's all good though. Wasn't quite as good of a run out of there. I'm watching the micro sectors on my steering wheel here and we're at 0.6 up currently, roughly, averaging. Pretty close to 0.6 up. Got to be very careful through this last sector. Let's try not to blow a motor up. Get it turned, try and get it actually turned really nicely for there. Oh, that was turned nicely. Lost a little bit of time. Oh, oh, yes! That was brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. We've pulled a 122.8 out of the bag here today. That's amazing. How did that ever happen? How did that happen, ladies and gentlemen? This car does not feel like a fast race car. I don't know how that has happened. Well, when I say fast, oh goodness, when I say fast race car, I mean probably a quick quali car. I felt like we're struggling for both turn and rear grip, which normally means you've got an incredibly unbalanced car, but that's okay. We've shown them losers. So yeah, that really annoys me because that lap time would have qualified me probably 5th on the grid for last night's race, which would have meant that I would have been closer to leaders for another 6 or 7 laps, and you know, maybe could have finished 6th instead of 7th. I love this car. When you're lazy, you just don't even use the clutch on the downshifts when you're coming, you know, for a slow down lap. Okay, pit lane entries on the side here. Oh shit. Okay, sometimes you do need the clutch though. Pretty closely knit in the little section where I was. But yeah, so this really is as per usual, you know, what's that, 2.4 seconds off, yeah, 1.8 off second, 1 second off third, but then 4th, 5th and 6th are very, 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 very close. I feel like we found a pretty good camera view here. We're going to hit the old replay button. We're going to sit back and enjoy the ride. It's funny because we literally just got over the finish line before bad things happened. However, thank you very much for watching. As of with 26 minutes roughly left in the practice session, we are 6th out of 11 people. Yep, 9, 10, 11. Good times, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you later.